Okay. That's crazy. I forgot I got multiple buttons. All right. Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to learn how to work the system.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right. Anywho. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. And look, YouTube just sent the notification out. Go figure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, go figure. Hold on. Let me skip that. Okay. Hey guys, I see you all in the chat. Sorry about that. We didn't want to start without you. We haven't started yet. So, all right. I should read the summary just in case. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead. So, which storyline you want to start with first?
How about Victoria and Nate?
Victoria Nate already? That was pretty huge.
Oh, oh. Well, where do you want to start? You're always so polite in asking where we want to start.
I
Where do you want to
know.
start?
Listen, I asked, didn't I? That's what I
You
get. I
did. You
asked.
tell me. You're the
Right.
leader.
Okay. So, let me see. You want to talk about. Okay, let's talk about Diane and Jack coming back to announce to the kids that they're engaged.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, yeah. Hi. Oh, hold on one second. We got one of our podcasters who is now on the YouTube side. Welcome, Maria. So, in the chat, how long have you been listening to us, Maria, on the podcast side? I'm just curious. Let me know in the chat. Okay. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know what they were expecting. If they were just expecting some big party, but it's not like Summer hasn't already made her thoughts known, and she has already said it out loud multiple times that she thinks that this was Diane's angle from the very beginning. And I mean, she hasn't come right out and said this is exactly what you did or you planned on, but she's questioned it and how it's all come about, and everything Phyllis said was going to happen has happened. And
Mm-hmm.
so, poor Phyllis, she's done some really stupid things, but she's right. And she was right, and she's still right. And Diane has wormed her way all the way to an engagement ring, and Jack is a buffoon. And I'm so glad that Kyle and Summer both stood there with their mouths agape while they were being told about this ridiculousness. I
Yeah.
can't wait to fall apart. I real obviously.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I understand that whatever they found, they found. And obviously, that's why they don't want to put it out there just yet because they know the reaction that they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Jack and Diane was like, well, let's just not say too much of anything about the engagement yet because you know half of the town is going to be looking at you like you crazy.
More than half.
There's
Yeah,
Keisha.
Keisha.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes, what happened? I saw that you got the notification. Were you having a hard time getting in or you just had some other stuff going on?
No, as soon as I was going to log in, um, I got a phone call.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, no problem. No problem. So we were talking about Jack and Diane making that announcement to the kids about their engagement.
Oh yeah.
You sound as excited as I am.
I mean, they had to know they weren't going to be excited about that.
I mean, seriously, did they actually think that that was going to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited. When is the bridal shower?"
Right.
Exactly.
Like we're
Exactly.
back in the sorority in college. Oh my God! Congratulations.
Oh my
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, seriously, it's like, what did you expect them to say? I mean, if you
Right.
want to do your thing, do your thing, but don't expect a parade.
Yeah, and they're still. It seems like they're still going with the because Jack said a couple of times we fell back in love, and I'm like, just
When
like we've been saying for weeks. I don't think they were ever in love before.
they weren't. That's the thing. It wasn't love. It was they did have a thing, but it wasn't love. I mean, he was basically using her when they were together. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
remembering correctly, somebody help me out because I mean, I'm old, my brain's tired, but I think they were using each other.
Oh, so they really wasn't in a relationship way back in the day, huh?
I think it was
I
more like
don't remember it being that way.
usury. Um, Maybe somebody in the live remembers better than I do. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that I don't think that it was love. I think it was lust, and I think it was convenience, and I think it was
Oh, okay. So Amaya Baker said that they were in love from 1996 through 1999.
wow. Okay,
Okay.
can you remind me of like I don't remember how that happened. And I mean, I've watched for decades. Like, I don't
Same.
remember since like 1980.
Oh wow, Amaya said you're wrong, Trish. They were engaged in '96.
They did get in. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for reminding me. I mean,
Yeah.
telling me I don't actually remember. You guys,
I
I
must
apologize.
I
Yeah.
must have blocked that period out too because I
I
always
think so.
remembered them kind of being at each other's throats.
Yeah, they were always fighting, and there was never any.
Oh
I mean, it was
wow.
always a battle.
Okay, so Aditha Lee says that Jack and Diane have always been in love. They were in a relationship. They were a couple before Victor.
I don't know. I don't remember it as love. I remember it being
Transactional.
very transactional, and I remember it being very hostile.
Oh. Amaya
Um,
said Victor was the one that broke them up. They were engaged to be married, and Phyllis interfered the same way as Taylor interfered with Brooke and Ridge's engagement.
I don't remember Phyllis actually interfering. I remember him being attracted to Phyllis at the time, but I don't remember exactly what Phyllis did. So
Now,
somebody
here's the
remind me.
interesting thing.
I don't recall.
Duran says that Diane and Jack were F buddies.
See, that's what honestly it was like, and it was like angry F, angry AF.
Oh my goodness, y'all crazy.
Well, y'all, I don't
Dang.
remember it being a good experience for Jack, and that's why I mean, the way they use the word love, I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
she
it's
says,
not.
Aditha says that she may not remember because they've had three Phyllises to play along the story, but we remember it as love. Jack cried over her for 2 years till 1999. Wow. I mean, hey.
I mean, my most vivid memory of the Jack, Diane, Phyllis triangle was when Diane tried to kill Phyllis by burning down the pool house with her in it.
Okay.
And Jack was in love with Phyllis, not Diane. And I must have selective memory because
What did it say? It says the relationship was intense, but he did love her. Jack and Diane loved each other and hated each other and used others to make each other angry.
and miserable. See, that's what I remember, and I don't consider that love. I consider that like
Toxic.
toxic codependency. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Right.
in 2023 they're trying to write it
they're
as if
calling it
they,
love.
yeah,
Yeah.
that they're calling it that they had a relationship. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But going back to the storyline at hand, I don't know what only thing is, let me ask you something. There's something a little bit confusing to me about Kyle because for so many weeks, especially toward the end of last year, he was really trying to ingratiate his mom and get Summer to like her, get Phyllis to leave her alone, and then all of a sudden he's kind of like, "Don't trust her, Dad." It's like, but you were trying to make sure you, unless he was just doing it for himself.
I think I think with Kyle, it's more about him, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like
Hmm.
he wants Diane's presence there to be about him and
Okay.
not about Jack. And because there's been several times where he said to his dad, like, what if something happens bad, it goes wrong between you guys, and then she leaves town again, basically saying things mess up,
Mhm.
I'm going to be without my mom again because she's probably going to leave town, or you're going to be mad at her because maybe she does something to break your heart, or vice versa. And then it affects his relationship with her.
Gotcha.
So that's how I kind of take it. Like, he wants his mom there, but not necessarily thrilled about his parents being together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So it was
history.
more about him just rekindling that whole mom and son relationship that he felt a
Mm-hmm.
void about and leave everybody else out of it.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
that's what Jack said in the beginning too. This isn't about
Mm-hmm.
me. This is about my son, and I don't want anything to do with you, and I will never believe you or trust you. And here we are. He gave her a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even with her, like, she started out with, I just want a relationship with my son, but I feel like all along she's been angling
Oh,
for Jack too. It hasn't always been about Kyle.
oh. I think for her, I think it was actually about Jack first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
possible too.
I mean, honestly, that was the part of the agenda from beginning. I mean, it was one
Yep.
thing to get close to her son, but she knew she wanted Jack.
Yep.
That's why she kissed him first last year, and he's looking like dumbfounded.
Yep.
Like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? So, I mean,
She manipulated this whole thing from the get go,
Yeah,
exactly.
and she
Exactly.
hasn't stopped.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I agree.
Okay, Maria says that she's new to The Young and the Restless. I've only been listening to it for 2 years, and it sounds like Diane is using Jack so hard he's going to
Big
get his
time.
heart broken.
And I am here to watch Jack get his heart broken, crawl back to Phyllis, and have Phyllis tell him to leave her alone.
Okay, well, here's my thing about the
Oh,
whole
wait.
Phyllis thing. Wait, you just hold your horses. Rein it in, Trish. Listen, here's my thing. Even if it come out to be true about Diane, the methods that Phyllis went through, she's
Oh, yeah.
lying to everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
I'd
lying.
be like, yeah, I get it. You tried
Okay.
to justify the means and you wanted to, show me what I need to see, but I you lied to your daughter. You brought this man to
Hmm.
town. You
She did.
teamed up with Jeremy Stark to set up a hoax and all this so kind of stuff when it all comes out. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Diana's gone, but I don't know if I want you either.
Right. There's nothing that Phyllis has done that has, or I'm sorry,
Mhm.
there's nothing that Diane has done since she has been back
Mhm.
that justifies anything that Phyllis has done,
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
Oh, no, I love Phyllis. And I totally agree. She has done nothing but screw everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, just to sit up this week and watch her tell this whole fabricated lie to, her daughter and Kyle over at Crimson Lights. Oh my God, Jeremy is off to Paris to look for Jack and Diane, and they're like, wait a minute, how would you know about that? Oh, he asked me to team up with him, but I told him no, I could never do that. Really? It was
And it
it
was
was
so
crazy
fake.
to watch. Go ahead, girl.
Just the way she was, like, you can tell when Phyllis is being um, condescending and is not being truthful about her
Hmm.
words because of the way that she speaks, and the way she was speaking in that moment
Hmm.
was totally fake. So
What did
and Lauren
Lauren? Yeah,
Lauren saw through it.
she called it performative.
She
Yeah,
did. That was great. That's such a great word for Phyllis.
It
and
is.
it's like, what was your point in even telling them that? Like, what was the point? Because if anything, all it did was make it evident or obvious that you are up to something.
Right.
Right.
I agree. And it's so funny to me because whenever Jack and Diane showed up at the restaurant and they're like, "How did you know that?" She's like, well, I told them. I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I
It's like,
mean,
what are you doing, Phyllis?
exactly. Exactly. It's
So,
just crazy to me. It's like, yeah, what were you thinking? And it's just so unfortunate that when this all comes out to be true, her hands are still going to be dirty.
hmm,
Exactly.
covered in muck.
Yeah, it's still going to be dirty. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's one thing she would have did better by just saying, "You know what? I can't help you with this, Jeremy." And then get the proof, say, "Hey, listen, I'm not your favorite fan, maybe I'm doing a flip the script too early, but I'm not your favorite fan right now, but this dude is
Mm-hmm.
trying to come for you.
Like what
Yep.
Nick did for Adam with regard to Victor trying to blow up
Exactly.
his job. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But no, she all because Billy told her last week that,
Yep.
oh yeah, they're on a romantic getaway. She lost her mind.
Yeah.
That
She
was so, I didn't like Billy doing that. That really ticked me off.
Do you think
I
he
didn't
was
either.
trying to
It was
provoke her, or was
Uh
he?
huh.
no.
Absolutely.
I don't think he was trying to provoke her. I just think Billy is an idiot.
I think he's an idiot, and I think he was trying to provoke her because for whatever reason, he does not hold himself responsible for the affair he had with Phyllis and then got into the relationship. He only holds her responsible for it.
Yeah,
I
they
think
both got to take accountability on that one.
absolutely, and Billy one upped it with sleeping with her daughter. So how he can ever be condescending to Phyllis is
Mm-hmm.
beyond me. I mean, to me, that would be the thing that if Billy, not in front of other people, because nobody else knows except for a couple people, but if Billy said something like that and it was just the two of us, I would get in his face and say, I have two words for you, my
Mm-hmm.
daughter. And then I'd smack him and then I'd turn around and leave.
You so funny,
I'd love to see that, y'all.
girl.
And I'm truly not a violent person, but it would be a fun scene.
Yeah, that would be a fun. That would be interesting. But yeah, him saying that to her when she was actually on her way out, she told Jeremy, "No, I want no
Yep,
parts of this. I'm
yep.
out of this hotel suite. I'm finna leave." Running to Billy, and then she turned around and did a 360 and went right back upstairs.
The ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So um,
Yeah. She. And what is the end game with this? Like, what? Did I miss it, or did Jeremy say what his ultimate goal was
so
in this
apparently
round?
they're going to mimic the exact same thing that Jack and Diane did. They want to find some article to steal from Diane. And it's like, well, what is that going to prove? I mean, what are you going to do with that? It's
So they're gonna set it
different
up to look
because,
like she stole something.
right, that, well,
Mm,
it's like it's stupid to me. I think they should have,
it
if
is
they were
stupid.
going to set the two of them up, it should have been something different. But
So
he wants her to steal some jewelry or something very expensive from Diane.
I wonder if Phyllis is going to do to Diane what Diane did and fake her death, like has been said, some people have been throwing that out there, and is going to plant whatever jewelry so that it looks like Diane was at the scene and it looks like she did whatever heinous thing was done. Possibly. That's what, I don't know. That, who knows? My thoughts.
Yeah, it's been so many stories flying, and the
I
50th
know.
Uh-huh.
anniversary, the 50th anniversary celebration is next week. And so that's what that whole masquerade ball is about. According to the producers, it's supposed to be love, it's supposed to be somebody getting hurt. Is supposed to be really dramatic next week, and obviously this whole thing with Diane is going to have something. Everybody's going to play a part in that whole thing, from what I understand.
Mm,
So I guess
interesting.
what is Phyllis going to do at this party that will contribute to whatever this plan is for Jack and Diane? That's the other parts of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. All right.
Well,
Did you
that
have
sounds like a
anything else
stupid
on that
plan.
one? Huh?
I said, well, that sounds like a stupid plan.
It is. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, girl. Oh, let's steal something and girl, just crazy. All right. So, can we also now talk about the whole thing with this whole McCall company?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
my
have a question.
goodness. Say it again.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
In what world if you don't own someone's debt, do you think you have a right to demand someone else sell their company to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
tell me
mean,
about it.
hearing these people talk about this, and I've been involved in business dealings, not to the tune of, that much money, but, some fairly sizable deals along the way. And nobody ever talked like that. I mean, it used to be a little bit more realistic with the business scenes. I don't know. I'm listening to Victoria and I'm listening to Victor. They're making all these plans and Adam, and
Mm-hmm.
the man hadn't signed anything. You haven't
Right.
given him a penny. What are you talking about? You're going to run his company. I just watched that and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, that whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous. They're acting like that company is just in their hands.
Yeah.
The Newmans,
It's the
that
arrogant.
is.
They're just arrogant about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're so arrogant about it. Just like they have it in the bag. Which, I mean, we all know Victor always has some type of something up his sleeve,
Yeah.
which we saw this week what his trick might be as far as trying to get Devon out of the picture. But still, even if Devon says I don't want it, I mean, unless I guess maybe they're going to pay way over what the company is worth. Like, how are they, like you said, how are they going to convince him to sell the company to the Newmans if that's not who he wants to sell it to? Like, they have to convince him. They can't force him
Right.
unless they somehow blackmail him, or I don't know. You know how Victor, another dirty trick Victor might have.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm with you, Trish. I'm like, how are they just talking to this guy like he has no choice but to sell to them?
Okay.
He's got lots of options now, thanks to Ashley.
Okay, so here, can I say something right quick? Right quick, going back to this Phyllis thing, because they're talking about it in the chat. According to, and I think you brought this up a little bit, Trish, about Phyllis faking her death. You look like that it's to frame Diane for her death. They've already shot the funeral, and they're saying Michelle Stafford kind of leaked about it or something.
Oh, missed that.
So,
So it
so
look.
Phyllis's plan
Mm-hmm.
is to fake her death and frame Diane, and then just not be with her family for the rest of her life.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. How are you going to pull that off unless you're going to leave the show? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So you're going to fake her death. She goes to jail. And then when you just happen to show up, what, she's supposed to stay there?
I don't get it.
I
Right.
don't get that.
I mean,
And then if she does come back, which that's illegal. Like you get in
right.
trouble for that. Which
Well,
is
You're supposed
again,
to.
you're
yeah, you're
supposed
supposed
to.
to. Yeah, you're supposed to. But I mean, we see that for whatever reason that was never even addressed with
Diane
Diane.
or Adam or how
Uh-huh.
many deaf
Yeah.
people that came back from.
Right. Victor.
Right, go
Well,
ahead.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense. It just
the
doesn't
only thing
add
that would,
up.
I'm sorry, the only thing that would make it make sense, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
is if they had Jeremy flip on Phyllis and kidnap her and have her hiding somewhere so she doesn't actually know that people think she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Then it wouldn't be Phyllis's fault.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. I got, it's going to be interesting to see how all that play out.
And I am here for it.
Because I mean, like you said, okay, she goes off to jail because obviously that makes sense if she want to, if they trying to steal some jewelry because they're trying to place Diane at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jeremy's reading glasses was placed at the Newman's house.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's what they're trying to do. But still, it's one thing to frame somebody for theft, but for murder,
That's a whole nother level.
that I mean,
Yeah.
that's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I don't know, writers, what you gonna do with that one, but okay. I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Okay, so going back to the whole thing with the Newman with the McCall company. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing about them trying to just automatically assume that it's theirs and but here's the other part. Not only are the Newmans think it's theirs, but they're fighting on what they're going to do with it. You got
Right.
Victoria saying, no, it's going to be absorbed into the Newman Enterprise mothership. And Victor and Adam is like, no, it's going to be a standalone company for Adam to run. So y'all can't even figure that out. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
know
Right.
y'all fighting over a company and what you're gonna do with it, and you don't even have it yet.
Yep.
So my question is, how come Victor and Adam themselves, outside of Newman Enterprises, use their money to buy the company? I would think that Victor would have enough to just do it on his own if he just wants it to be Adam and doesn't want Victoria to have a say in how the company is run. Don't buy it under the Newman umbrella. Just buy it as a separate entity, unless maybe he doesn't have the capital for it, without having anything to do with his the Newman company.
Could just be about leveraging the assets.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Devon is kind of. I was on this side about taking go ahead buy your dad's company, but then when he happened to tell Victor, you just gave him the blueprint to undermine you.
Right.
Uh,
He says, "Well, hey, if I could figure out a way to keep Hamilton Winters, then I might just give up on McCall Unlimited." And
Maybe
here
that's
go
what he cares
Victor,
about most.
and here go Victor. Yeah, let me see what I can do. And I'm like, oh, Devon, really?
But if he doesn't really care about gaining control of Tucker's company, and he cares more about his own company, I'm sure he could give two craps about who buys
McCall.
McCall if he
mm-hmm.
gets his own company back.
I
Then,
kind of thought. Oh,
go,
I'm sorry.
no, no, go ahead, Trish.
Oh, I was just going to say, I wonder, I think Devon possibly did that on
On
purpose. And
purpose.
yeah, I think he did that to see what he could weave. And I think he's taken a page out of the book of all the people that he's been around his whole life and watching them do the things they do. And I think he pulled that out of a strategy.
So you think that he just sent them off, pretty
I
much?
think that he wants Victor to call Jill because Victor
Mm-hmm.
knows Jill so well.
Mm-hmm.
He has pull with Jill, and Devon knows it because Victor has pull with everybody. And if anybody can say anything to Jill that will make her change her position on all of this Hamilton Winter stuff, it would be Victor. So
Yep.
why not tell Victor? Because you possibly have something or access to something that he wants. So if he helps you get what you want, you'll be more than happy to help him get what he wants.
So,
Yeah, because his Hamilton Winters is ultimately what his goal is.
hey
Absolutely.
Jenna, um, Jay Money says no. I see. I think Devon played it beautifully. I think he
Me
planted that
too.
seed, and he
Yep.
is still going to buy McCall. I think
Oh, you think both? Okay.
Devon is going to walk away with both. Victor can't get mad because that's business. That would
He
be a
could. I
sharp
hope he
move.
does.
Me too. I
Yep.
would love
I
that.
hope that's how it happens.
God, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. I hope that that. Ooh, that would be so strategic.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna send you off to do my dirty work. I'm gonna get
Right.
you to talk to Jill for me. She side and give me the company back. And then, oh yeah, I'm gonna call my dad and be like, let's do the deal. Now I got both.
Right.
That would be brilliant.
And that would be to get you back for thinking that your daughter could come in and usurp us during her first IPO potential offering.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that I would love that because we've never really seen Devon
Mm-hmm.
do this type of strategy when it comes to business. This is
Right.
always like on the Newman Abbott level of things. Sometimes Chancellor. So that would be really good to see Devon pull something like that off.
I agree.
Jenna, we talking about this whole thing with McCall and Victor and Victoria and Adam and Devon. That's what we're talking about. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, whoever was talking.
Oh, I finished my thought.
Okay, okay, gotcha. Maria said Tucker seemed a little bit intrigued, even though he said that Adam would never have McCall. What if he makes another deal and sets Adam as the CEO? What do you think about that?
If he makes Adam the CEO of
Mhm.
McCall.
Mhm.
Why would he pick Adam over his son?
Yeah, that's a good question. That was somebody posted something in the comment section. People and Jay Money said people in that town like Victoria keep underestimating Devon's business savvy. He will show
Yep.
Victoria, Lily, and Victor something with this move.
It's
I totally agree. I hope
I
that
would
because at
love to
first
see it.
I was like, dude, don't tell him that. But from us talking here, that makes sense. That would be a
Hmm.
man. That would be great.
And it would be a change because it's not Victor or Victoria or Jack.
somebody
Um,
else wins.
yeah,
Mhm. Yep. Absolutely. What did
because they've
y'all think
definitely been
about?
under.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they definitely have been underplaying Devon's role in the business world on this show.
Yeah, they have. Um,
Um,
what do
I
you
don't
get?
know about y'all, but if my dad was at the bottom of the stairs talking to the father of my child, now lover, I don't think I would have come all the way down those stairs.
Well, that's
That
what
is
I was.
exactly what I was thinking when I saw that scene. Like, who does that?
Nobody I know.
And in a shirt. You weren't
Yeah,
even fully clothed.
right. And then stands there and does the aw shucks thing. Like, oh God, oh Dad, what are you doing here? I'm in a shirt. I'm good. We didn't do anything.
But
And the look on Victor's face was just like, God. I mean, it's just, exasperation.
the
Yeah.
crazy thing about all of that is the fact that Victor showed up at a late hour,
Mm-hmm.
unannounced. And then when Devon had him at the front door, Victor decided to push his way into that
Walk
man's
on in.
house.
Walked right
Yep.
in.
He sure
So
did.
now you got what you got for trying to bogart your way into somebody's house.
Right. Careful what you insert yourself into.
Exactly. You
Uh-huh.
ended up finding out that your daughter and Devon are hitting the skin. So
They
The
effed
whole
around and you found out.
the whole
go ahead, Trish. I mean Keisha.
that whole sequence of events was just odd because who answers the door to
I
an
never answered
unexpected
the door.
guest that late at night, half dressed, because I think he had his shirt on but it was open
Uh-huh.
and no shoes on.
Yeah.
Who just walks into somebody's house when they
Uh-huh.
show up unannounced at a late hour,
Mhm.
and then also who just walks down. Like, you can't tell me that Abby did not hear them downstairs talking.
And
So who
see
just
him. It's
walks
an open staircase.
right?
Mhm.
So who just walks downstairs when you know that there's company down there half dressed?
Ex-
Right.
I mean exactly. Um. Hold on. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, with those, that's what he get. I mean, you show up. Well, like you just said, he show up the door with no shirt, open his shirt on, or shirt opened. But at the same time, Victor had no business showing up over there. I mean, even Adam told him, "You gonna go over there tomorrow?" He was like, "No, I'm going tonight."
No.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Ooh, Abby is over there." I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
The good thing they weren't on the couch.
Yeah,
Right.
because normally they were usually rearrange the house
Right.
or the front room, I should say.
The stairs have been well utilized in that penthouse.
I know, right?
Yes, they have.
Girl, that is too funny. But let's see what else happened. Was that all that we had for that particular scene?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think so. Okay, okay, all right. We also now have to what Jenna cooking? What Jenna
Yeah, she
cooking?
said she's in the middle of cooking dinner. That's what I just asked. What you cooking over there, Jenna?
Yeah, what you cooking?
What's for dinner? What time?
Listen, Jay Money said Victor got two daughters over there that is You see what he said, Keisha?
I'm looking for. Oh, oh Lord.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to go there.
Oh, it's not. It's not
It's not
a bad
okay.
thing.
Yeah, I got you. Victor got two daughters loving their chocolate right now. Jenna says she cooking shrimp Creole.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
Well, not for me. I'm allergic to shellfish, so.
I don't eat seafood either.
Well,
Oh,
you enjoy Keisha. If
You enjoy, yeah, y'all enjoy your dinner.
y'all enjoy y'all
I would love me some
shellfish,
seafood.
Mm.
go. I wish. And the thing is, I know what I'm missing because I developed a late allergy.
Oh no! And I live
Oh
on the
yeah,
Gulf Coast, and I never liked it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I
that would be.
I used to love lobster tails, shrimp, and all that, and then when I got in my 20s, I
mm,
developed an allergy to it.
oh,
I would cry.
I'm so sorry. That's very heartbreaking. I got food.
Oh my goodness, I definitely. So that's the difference. Most people are allergic to foods early in life, so they really don't know. Oh, I know what I'm missing. So
Oh,
sucks. Suck, suck, suck. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about this whole thing with Adam, Nick, and Sally this week.
Mm.
Now, what did y'all think about this whole? I'm so irritated with Sally right now. I just am. But go ahead.
Oh, it's still. I don't know. I mean, clearly, with, with that dream she had, she's still thinking about Adam in that way, and
Mm-hmm.
she's using Nick
Yep.
to not think about Adam.
Yep.
And which what I don't understand is if you feel that way about him and you know that he still loves you, then just admit it to yourself. Like why are you avoiding those feelings?
yep. And two, Nick knows it.
Mm-hmm.
He can feel it. He's not stupid. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, he's stupid.
you know,
I
but
mean,
he knows.
seriously, Summer is exactly correct. You being
She really is.
selfish. I said that. I said, well, you just proven exactly what Summer said.
Yeah,
You
unfortunately.
using my dad to get over Adam.
Yeah. I do think that
Yeah.
she does care for Nick. I really do. I think Sally
I do
really
too.
does care for Nick, but she is in love with Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They have an undeniable connection. But
yeah.
see, I see a pattern going in. I don't know if people are just only person is not truly afraid to be with Adam at one point was Chelsea. Sharon did the exact same thing similar. She wanted to play off the affection. You remember toward like maybe
Yep.
3 years ago? Because she was afraid of what everybody was gonna think of her or being in a relationship with
Yep.
Adam.
Yeah.
And now Sally, who used to be solo dolo because she came into town as this isolated person, so it worked with her and Adam. Now she's
Yeah.
fitting in. She don't want to be looked at the outsiders she used to be, and she would end up doing that by hanging out with Adam, which sucks.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, girl, and I mean, the dude came to the door. She didn't even let him get in the door before she started taking off her clothes. I mean,
Yeah.
taking off his clothes.
Is. Yeah. Yeah, she went right for the shirt buttons.
I know, really. Jenna says she need to see Adam take control of this. Get an attorney or lawyer. Set a meeting with Sally and the lawyer. Take the emotions out of this. Call Sally's bluff and get Nick out of this mess. I mean,
Get a lawyer for what?
um, the
To
go ahead.
establish custody.
Well, the thing is, some of the rights that he would have, so because this is right now, it's the first, of course, 9 months or whatever. But if Sally continues down this trajectory and Nick doesn't go anywhere, it's going to be even more problems
Yeah.
because he's
Doesn't he
going.
have to wait for the? Oh, sorry.
because he's going to even, Nick is already trying to stand in the way of stuff. I don't want you to stress her out. I don't want you to do this, and you're going to cause problems. And it's like, are you serious? That girl is carrying part of his DNA. What are you talking about? You act
And
like
they
he
No,
gonna throw off a cliff or something.
right.
doesn't he have to wait for the baby to be born first, and like have the legal document of the birth certificate that establishes his paternity
I have
before
no.
he can
Well,
do
well,
anything?
from what I understand, there are laws in place to establish certain rights after the paternity tests have shown that, especially when they want to hook people on, you know, certain responsibilities. Because I know this is a very sensitive conversation, especially in this day and age.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God, some of
I
the
got nothing to say. I don't have any kids. I don't have an opinion. I just wish the very best for the kids every time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, be at least right now they could say he should be allowed to go to some of the visits and things like that, because if it's up, Sally has been trying to keep him, freeze him out, and honestly it's not really fair, you know. I
Um,
understand that she's she's carrying, she's incubating the baby right now, but it's he gave her the seed of life. So but
I'm
that's a
sure
whole
you would. I'm
that's
sure you would love to see the first sonogram.
oh, absolutely.
I mean, I can imagine that would be devastating to not be invited for the first sonogram. And the sonograms, I think, are something that I would hope people would share, unless there's a problem. If there's some kind of an issue or something, then of course you can't. But you would hope that if the people got along and there was no issues of abuse or anything like that, you would hope that both would be together to see that. I think that would be really heartbreaking if not.
Yeah, yeah,
I think. I mean, I don't know. Some guys may not care. Some women may. I don't know. It just in my mind, that's what I think.
most of the couples, especially younger couples that are building families, the guys are there. They're looking at the sonogram, listening to heartbeats. They're there. And I mean, we're not talking about the small percentage of deadbeats. We're talking about dads that are in relationships, married, that type of thing. This situation is weird because it was goodbye sex.
Yeah.
She got pregnant because she, of course, wasn't taking her pills properly, as she admitted, and they didn't use protection, as we know, because that's why obviously it was up in the air between the two of them. Now that it's a baby involved, and it's not the person that's in the current relationship, because she was actually now in a relationship with his brother. It's a very weird, the whole thing is just jacked up.
It's complicated.
It's so complicated, you know what I'm saying? And Nick is not helping because he's still carrying around this angst toward Adam.
Do
And
you
it's
think
like,
after the talk
why?
at the bar that it helped?
Say it again. I was
Do you?
hoping. Here's why I fought the writers at this, because before he got involved with Sally, meaning Nick, those two brothers were building a relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Then they insert Sally into this whole storyline with Nicholas, and now Nick is trying to one up everybody. He doesn't want to listen to reason. Victoria tried to tell him. Somebody else tried to tell him too, and he wasn't listening. Summer tried to talk to him, and it's like, no, 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 I'm gonna stand 10 toes down in the middle of this mess. And it's like, dude, you need to take a step back out of this and let them figure this out. That's
yep,
just my
he
opinion.
does.
Go ahead, Keish.
I agree. Nick does need to take a step back, just like we discussed last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I still stand by um, my thought that Sally doesn't have to invite him to doctor's appointments if she doesn't want him to be there because they're not together.
Yeah.
But it's
And
not about the two of them. It's
she,
in the best interest of the child. I
it's a,
mean, yeah,
I just,
I mean,
I don't,
usually, once there's a child involved, it's not about you anymore. I mean, that's
sure,
just my perception on that. It's you two working together to try to get this next seed or lineage into the next generation. And I mean,
yeah.
that's just, but I don't want to go there. This is not the type of conversation. But
Yeah,
go
I get
ahead.
it. That's just how I feel though. If I'm not in a relationship with you and we're not in a good place or whatever, then I feel like it's my choice of whether or not I want to invite you to the doctor's appointment. Um, and Sally wasn't the only one that wasn't careful because Adam could have worn a condom and he didn't.
I'm not.
Regardless,
Let's not go down that road because we're gonna end up in a whole nother tangent. I see where we
no, I
going.
get. I'm just saying that because um, every, people are saying how Sally didn't take her pills correctly, but she's not the only one that is responsible in not doing things right that night. So I don't know. Bottom line is for me with this situation, Sally's pregnant now. Nick needs to butt out of that part of her life,
Mhm.
and they just need to figure out how the three of them are going to get through this whole thing.
You know,
Jenna
my
said we're
thing,
not going there.
What'd you say?
Jenna,
Jenna,
go
Jenna
ahead.
stirred pot. So my thing about this whole thing is that every single time Nick opens his mouth and says, "I'm going to give you space," he's back 5 minutes later.
Exactly.
It's like, why? You said you were going to give her space. You left. And now, oh, I just wanted to say goodnight. Well, you already did that. He looks desperate. It's just not a good look.
Mhm.
Yeah, he does look desperate.
Uh,
I don't think I ever remember Nick being this way
Mm-mm. Not
about
like
any woman
this.
that he's dated.
No.
It's almost it's almost pathetic.
It's almost like he thinks he has to prove a point or something.
that's why
Just don't.
I was saying with him, he's trying to one up Adam. You know, he keeps saying all these negative things about him, and yeah, he's always got something up his sleeve. And what's his agenda? And it's like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Did he have an agenda when he gave your kid a body part? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. There's some interesting conversations in this comment. Um, my is oh yeah. I mean, they going back. Yeah, cause see, okay, let's just um. Oh, okay. Because one thing Jenna says, a woman should take care of herself. Period. So I guess if I understand you correctly, Jenna, are you saying because women control access to sex and birth? Is that what you mean? It starts with the woman first because of the fact that she's the gatekeeper to sex. Because if it's no consent, then everything else after that cannot happen. Is that what you're saying? Let me know if that's what it is. Hold on. But anywho, yeah, that I knew that was gonna go down a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Cause I'm looking at there's a couple back and forth with that. Anyway, let's move on, guys.
I'm
Hold on.
very hopeful that it was just specifically for being protective of ourselves and
It,
not for any other blaming whatevers.
yeah, I mean it's only reason because I know these conversations outside of the show and it can get very interesting. I'll just say it like that. Um oh yeah, she said yeah, she is her own gatekeeper. What I'm saying is that every woman is responsible for her own body. Every woman takes responsibility for herself. That's what Jenna said.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's up to us.
Wait a
Whatever.
hold
You
on.
know,
I'm
That's
trying to charge my phone
I
before it.
disagree to an extent, but we don't have to get into that.
right. But what I was saying is what you said earlier is that it's the woman's choice of whether that, the invitation and all that to go to the sonogram and all that.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. That let's shift trajectories. That dream that Sally had about Summer combing her hair. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, that was. I think I left the room at one point during that part of the episode. When I walked back in, that was on the screen. I had to rewind it. Like, what? Wait a minute, what is happening here? But then I realized it was her dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause and even Sally in the picture that's on the screen, she looked like she's shocked. Like, why is Summer combing my hair? So obviously she was even shocked in that dream. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
But that was hilarious. And then of course we saw Adam having a conversation. Yeah, those dreams were definitely strange.
Yeah,
Um,
they were.
but what that should tell Sally is like, look, if I still, and then even Nick, after they were finished doing the do, Nick was like, "Are you still conflicted, dude? You know she's still conflicted.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Quit playing. You
I mean,
know."
anytime someone answers a question that pointed and that specific and that intimate, and you answer it and your eyes dart back and forth, everybody knows you're full of it.
Exactly. Thanks,
You're not
Bree.
getting that answer.
Yeah, hit the like button, you guys. Thank you. If you haven't hit the like button on the YouTube side, make sure you do so. Hold on 1 second. She took a picture. It's outside the door right here. Okay. Um, yeah, make sure you hit that like button to let the algorithm know that the content is being enjoyable so they can share it out to, other viewers on the platform. So appreciate that, Bree. Thank you. Um, Anywho, what were we talking about? Go ahead. Who was that? Trish that was saying?
Sally's dream.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just the whole thing just solidified what we all know.
Yeah.
Still in love with Adam.
Yep, and she needed to just take a step there. That whole conflict comment, Nick, you know that girl is still conflicted. Why won't you just say, look, sort out your feelings and let me know? And he need to stay gone until she ready for an answer. Stop just showing up every 5 minutes.
Amaya said Nick getting all the blame isn't it. Sally is grown and she keeps reassuring him.
Exactly, I agree with that.
Oh yeah, she is. She's absolutely doing that.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
she's
She's
yeah,
lying to herself and everybody else.
yep, absolutely. I think so too. She still cares for Adam. Of course she does. That's why she keep dreaming about him. That conversation that they had was so relaxed and fun when Nick saw them downstairs.
Yeah, it was. It was so natural.
It was natural. So, and even she was enjoying it. That's what made her go upstairs and have that dream anyway.
Yeah, she was enjoying it, and Nick showed up.
Yep.
He wasn't supposed to come down there. He was supposed to wait. Oh, but he got the phone call, but still. And then he showed up again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just needs to not. He just.
Didn't he say something about I'm gonna knock the door down, or I'm gonna call
Right.
911 if you don't come to the door?
She was
You said
asleep.
go rest and get sleep, and now you're banging on the door.
If I don't hear,
Bang, bang, bang.
yeah, if I don't hear from you, then I'm gonna get the security to break the door down. And I'm like, dude, really?
I think Jenna really wants. She said, "Does Sally really want this baby?" Jenna, were you the one talking about you wanted her to lose the baby at some point in this story? I don't think Jenna wants this baby around
Mm.
between Adam and Sally.
Nick. Oh, Amaya said Nick keeps giving her an opening to be honest. She never takes it. Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
agree with that too.
Amaya's right.
Yep.
I agree with
He's
that.
he has asked her several times, even like early on in their relationship. He's asked her several times, "Are you sure? Are you still okay with this? Like, have you sorted out your feelings?"
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she just, for whatever reason, is just not admitting that she still wants to be with him.
Nope. Yeah, that's
And I don't know if it's like, I don't know, because of the way that he broke their relationship off.
Yeah. The
That's,
humiliation.
yeah, that is got her hesitant to go back to him because she is afraid that, what if something else happens where you get this bright idea to break up with me because you think it's for the best.
Right.
And then I have to go through this again. That's the only thing that I can think of is the reason why she's so hesitant to give him another chance.
I agree. I think that's a very plausible scenario.
Oh, Jenna answered your question, Keisha. She said she wants to know if Sally really wants the baby because she hardly mentions it.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we also got to switch to the other Newman, and that's Victoria in this situation with Nate, Elena, and Audra.
I mean, seriously.
I don't think I've ever seen Victoria so thirsty in my life.
Thank you.
In all the years of watching this show.
Other than when she was going after Ryan, when Ryan was with Nina,
Mm-hmm.
this is worse than that. Because now she knows better. Back then, she was really young. She was like, what, 18? Now she's a grown woman. She's had relationships. She's a train wreck. And Audra is a bulldozer.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I didn't realize. I knew that she had kind of flirted with him in the past, but she is like trying to get at Nate full force herself too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because when she had that conversation with Tucker,
Yep.
and she said, why shouldn't I throw my hat in the ring? He's a catch.
Yep.
And I'm like, really, Audra? So you gonna fight your boss? You gonna fight your boss's boss? But yeah, I mean that whole thing, I was like, wow. And I'm like, Elena, well, I mean, what you gonna do, girl? Because here's the other thing is, and she even said it herself. Elena did when, of course, Nate was gaslighting because he wasn't telling her the whole truth. She said, listen, I know what this looked like because I did the same thing to Devon.
That's right.
Yep.
So I mean, honestly, what starts on BS usually ends on BS.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think?
Um, she has, every time that she's had some type of suspicion about something,
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't like Amanda's sister because of her suspicions that she wanted Nate,
Mm-hmm.
which of course we all know Nate, who plays Clueless, has no idea that somebody is flirting with him, but she was right, and it was almost like she had to convince Nate, like, she's flirting with you in front of my face.
Right.
And he would make excuses. Oh, no, that's just her personality. It's not like that. She's right again with Victoria. She was right with Audra.
Yep. Every time.
She's right with Victoria. And Nate, and this time it was thrown at him. Victoria threw herself at him.
Yeah.
She was just flat out clear about what she wanted with Nate. And instead of him being honest with her, he is trying to play it off as if there's nothing going on. And I think he's mainly doing that. Yes, I think he is attracted to Victoria, but I think he wants that job more, and he knows that if he's honest with what is his girlfriend's name?
Elena.
Elena. Yeah, name just fell out of my head. He knows that if he's honest with Elena about what's been going on there. That he's if he wants to keep her, he's gonna have to quit that job, and he don't want to quit that job. So he's gonna lie to her about um, all of the advances that Victoria has been making and the kissing. He's gonna lie about all of that in order to keep that job
You know what,
and
Brees?
keep Elena.
Bree
Yep.
said Elena is too passive with Nate. She has no friends on the show. She needs to be friends with somebody like Phyllis. At least Phyllis would have put two and two together
Yep.
and show up at Victoria's room.
Yeah, she is passive. She's friends with Mariah and Tessa.
Girl,
They hardly
Mariah and
show them
Tessa,
together, but
yeah, Mariah and Tessa's in their own little world with the baby. You know, they try to get the baby or whatnot. Shit, they ain't thinking about Elena right now.
No.
Um,
yeah,
the only other thing is with Nate. Why did you? Couldn't you just send a text message up to Victoria and said, "Look, I'm
I,
going home." Why you
I
had to
thought the
go
same
up
thing.
there and
Mm-hmm.
tell her no, but then say, "Oh yeah, I want you, but I gotta say no." It's like, dude, you
mm-hmm.
only giving Victoria more ammunition because
Yep.
she know that you attracted. Even though you turned her down today, what's gonna happen in the next time and the next time and the next time? She keep coming for you.
She's gonna push those buttons on him like he's a calculator.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Yep.
pop.
Yep.
And it's just so unfortunate. But honestly, with and then the situation with Audra, why did that's interesting. Now that girl's trying to play some serious chess. So you go and you try to tip off Victoria. I mean, tip off Elena about Victoria, so you can sneak in the back door while you had got her looking at her.
Right.
Audra
Yeah.
is a slickster. You know what? Honestly, and Jay Money said this in the chat. They need to actually put her with Adam.
Audra,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see
I
that
would
because
love to see that.
I'm over Adam and Sally.
Oh yeah, me too, girl.
Even though she's pregnant with this kid, I'm over the two of them. I would love to see Audra and Adam together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be really hot. I did not want to like Audra at all when she first came on the show, but she has grown on me, and that she plays that part to the hilt.
Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing about Audra and Tucker. They are 110% emotionless, transactional
Yes.
relationship. They sat at that table after her saying, I want to go for Nate. And him, of course, she knows that he wants, what's her name? Ashley.
Ashley.
That then they turn around and flirted with each other, talking about, I know I got something I can give you what you need, or whatever he said at that table. And I'm like, dang, how y'all go from talking about one with somebody else, but then y'all can start throwing, like, let's go up to the room?
That is pure compartmentalization.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the perfect word for it.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I know that that's usually hard for women to do because there's a lot of times sometimes you get emotional attachments, but Audra is like, just give me what I need for the moment and I'm out. I mean, I really want to be over there, but if you can give me what I need, then we good. Let's go. All right, you done? Okay, I'm finna leave. That's what she does, and the same thing for
yeah.
Tucker.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her have a bigger storyline on this show
Same.
because
Yeah, that'd be.
I like her character.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I think just say for example when Adam was CEO of Newman Media, instead of putting Sally up underneath him as COO, Audra would have been a perfect COO for Adam because they're both ruthless and sneaky. They would have worked. They
Yeah.
work well together. I mean, Sally used to be that girl until she want to fit in with the Newmans and fit in with Genoa City residents.
They really messed that story. They messed it up for us. I mean, if they get back together and they can show that fire again, then I'm all for it. But the whole breakup scene was uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
clumsy, boring. There wasn't spark to me. If that first kiss didn't have a spark to it, why would you continue to search for the spark?
You talking about when they slept together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. They had been fighting each other for the
So,
weeks up to that point, and then she was like, "Okay, well, let's see if
see what
there's
happens
something
there.
there."
Yeah.
I don't know,
That whole situation in
but you
North
know what?
Carolina.
In order to come up with the "Who's the Daddy"
Right.
storyline, they had to have something happen. You know what I mean?
They did.
I would have just preferred them not even have the Who's the Daddy storyline.
Exactly.
Ooh, Keisha, it's so overdone. Drop
Exactly.
the lines, y'all.
And then incorporate Nick. I mean, Nick already has Christian.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, because we did this already with Nick and Adam. When Sage, and then it come to, Sage left that letter behind that Adam is the real baby daddy and all this. And it was like, oh my. And here we go again. These two fighting over a kid with a different person.
Here we go.
Right.
So, I don't know. Like Keisha said, we could have did without that. They messed that storyline up. I was so disappointed last year with that one because originally they had so
Oh,
everybody loved Adam and Sally all
yep.
last summer, earlier in the year. It was clicking like fireworks.
Wanted
The
them to be the power couple.
Exactly, and then the moment that they decided to switch this off, Adam leave the company, fake like he don't want to be with her and break up with her, and then Nick slide his way in there. I was like, what are y'all doing?
Messing it up.
So yeah, I totally agree with that. That sucked. Suck. Okay. Um, what else happened with that? Oh, we talking about Nate. Yeah, I mean Victoria was throwing it at him, throwing it at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 She was.
And her confidence, she was so confident that he was going to get between the sheets with her. Because she was like, look, I'm going up to my room. If you want to come up there, fine. By the way, I'm in room 407. And then
Mhm.
he gets up there. Nick was like, what the heck is going on, right?
Yep.
Because he's like, where you going? And then he gave this
Right.
whole explanation about how, oh, me and Elena, we had it out. I need to take a breather. And I'm going to go upstairs and get my own room. I'm like, that's not a good look,
What a
Nicholas.
liar.
I mean, that's not a
Yeah.
good look, Nate. Because Nick going to be like, man, what's going on? And what happens if he talked to Elena like, yeah, I saw Nate over at the hotel. He got a room. Everything okay? She
Right.
gonna be looking
Yeah,
like
that would
what?
happen. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's
I
what
don't
he
think
get.
Nick. I don't think Nick bought it anyway because he was like, I just saw you with Elena and you guys were fine, or he just
Exactly.
told me you guys were doing great.
Mm.
Y'all, that was going to be my flip the script that Nick would say to Nate at the elevator. Tell Victoria I said hi.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So in the chat, Jay Money said that this is the sexiest Victoria has ever played her character. With, I'm assuming you're talking about Jay Money with the way that she's coming on to Nate. Um, and as thirsty as she is by throwing herself at him right now, I do agree with that. Like I feel like I've never seen Victoria play this very, I don't know, like a seductress.
You
Yeah.
The way
you
she's
don't
doing with
remember her
Nate.
doing that with Ashlyn Locke in the early parts of their relationship when she
No,
tried? Okay, okay.
I don't feel like it was like that with him. Like she was obviously, flirting and trying to draw him into her so she could get, what she wanted from him in the
Mhm.
very beginning.
Mhm.
But I don't remember it being like this, like how she's doing with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I don't know if maybe it's because there's really nothing for her to gain from this with Nate.
Mhm.
I know that she's trying to get him to talk to Devon and talk him out of buying his dad's company, but that's not really, you know, Nate isn't going to be able to do that. She knows that. So it's for her. I think this is purely like she's just attracted to him, and
Honey,
it's not.
Bree said, look, a part of me doesn't blame Victoria for fantasizing about Nate. I do the same thing too.
Oh, wait a minute, Bree. What about uh, what's his name on Bold and Beautiful?
Carter.
Carter.
Yeah, I thought Carter was your dude.
We switching sides here.
You're right. I thought Carter was your dude, Bree.
Can it not be all inclusive?
Yeah.
I guess it can. I guess there's no rules here.
I guess that. Hey,
Are
listen.
we?
It's
Is this a club now?
listen. It's It's Friday night. Why not, right? Um. Yeah, Amelia said on ET Entertainment Tonight Canada that Sean is the best kisser. Listen, are they both single offset?
I'm pretty sure he is. I
I
don't
know
know about
she
her.
is. She is.
She, I, I
Who is
don't
this?
ever remember Amelia Heinley,
Mhm.
Oh, okay, okay.
and I don't know. I follow him on Instagram. I don't recall seeing him taking pictures with a
Uh,
significant other.
mm,
Let's see.
I don't know, but yeah, if she's saying he's a good kisser, she feeling some things in on set. They be like, listen, they be
Ah.
like, okay, and cut. I said cut.
Right.
You can
Hello.
stop now. Don't stop. Don't
Oh,
stop. Don't stop.
you're so crazy. Bree says she loved Carter. I can fantasize about Nate. That won't hurt Carter. That is hilarious. They up in there talking about Trey songs and who's the other singer? Talking
Trey
about
Songz.
yeah, Ludacris. The two guys,
Wait, who talking
Duran
about
and
that?
Jay Money, is in there talking about the song "Sex Room" by Ludacris.
Oh.
Okay, y'all. I know we talk about room 407, but yeah, well, Victoria's being messy. Um, let's see. She got a
Yeah,
man
she
on each.
is.
Oh, Bree. J Money said Bree got a man on each show. Let her live. Okay, but yeah, they're really trying to sell us with that. Even that picture that I have up there that they took. That was a photo from the show. They
The
are
portable
really
figurine.
trying to sell that. So I'm wondering if they're going to eventually go down that route.
Yeah.
Would y'all be open
Could you?
to it?
I mean, how difficult would that be though? You're dating your boss, and you know how controlling Victoria is.
Yeah, that's going
And
to.
if it's
Go
one
ahead.
thing that Nate has made clear is that he doesn't like controlling bosses because he didn't like that with Devon. Now, I don't know if it would be different because he's getting something else from her,
Mm
but I would think that would, if they did go down that road with them, I think eventually that would cause issues in a relationship.
hmm. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. J Money says she be playing Usher's Get Good Kisser thinking about them. I remember that song. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Y'all funny. I got a lit group over here in this chat, boy. I tell you, Friday nights is obviously. I'm not saying the Saturday morning chats aren't, I guess it's still morning. Everybody's up and getting, just waking up. But Friday night is hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, honey. Yeah, Bree, you can do a crossover. Um, okay. So did we cover everything with this storyline?
I think so.
All right.
Uh,
You think you got
yeah, I
anything,
think we
Keisha?
did. No, I think that was pretty
Alrighty,
much
and
it.
we're not missing anything else. We talked about Devon and all of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Phyllis, Diane, Jack, Sally, Adam, Nick. Okay, yeah, we covered. It was only 3 days,
Yeah.
but it
But it was
seemed like a
packed.
lot.
It did.
Okay, let us switch over, and we're gonna talk about the bold and the beautiful. Hold on. Let me get my summary together. Excuse me. Okie dokie smoky. On the 13th. Liam is stunned when Hope explains that she'll be working with Thomas again despite promising this wouldn't happen. Liam lists Thomas's misdeeds and calls Hope's decision deja vu as Hope cries, while Thomas vows to Douglas not to make the same past mistakes. And Bill pushes Sheila to confess her crimes and reveals that he's working with Ridge and the FBI as Steffi worries Hope has feelings for Thomas. Where y'all want to start with this week's of Bold and Beautiful?
Can we start with that? The Steffi bringing up Hope, thinking that Hope has feelings for Thomas.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to go back down this road with them again. Like, where is this thought of hers coming from? Just because she decided to work with Thomas again? Like, I hope she doesn't bring this up to Thomas and thinking, bring up the idea or the thought that maybe Hope has feelings for him, because I feel like all that's going to do is take Thomas right back down that road where he starts getting obsessive over her because he thinks he's got a chance. It's just frustrating. Like, leave the Hope Thomas hookup alone. I'm over it at this point. And the way that the things that they have had Thomas do in the past when it has come to Hope, like the creepiness behind that relationship, like I don't even want to see them together at this point. I just want them to have him move on with somebody else. Like, please bring a woman on this show for him, because it's old. It's been years now where they've done this back and forth between Thomas and Hope, which really isn't. It really hasn't been a back and forth. It's just been Thomas being obsessed with Hope.
Well, I will say that with this whole thing, when the little boy Douglas said in that whole conversation, "Oh, I would love to have my mommy and my daddy together again." And then turn around, we hear Steffi talking about, I wonder if Hope is really liking him. She did say to Paris how hot he was. I'm like, writers, y'all trying to pretty much give us a tip that y'all finna actually go there this time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
This is gonna happen this time, and it's gonna be Hope's
I
decision.
think so. I think she's gonna be the one to do it.
Yep.
And I read somewhere where somebody said Liam cheats on Hope.
With who?
Because I don't know. It didn't say with who. It was
better not be Steffi.
Right. It was one of those clickbait where they give you a little headline of what they think is going to happen, and then you make the mistake and go try to read it, and you have to go through like 30 things. And I couldn't help myself. I had to read it. It was talking about how they're thinking that possibly Liam is going to cheat on Hope because he resents Hope for hiring Thomas back, and he goes astray. So then I started thinking, well, I mean, I don't want him to cheat with Steffi. Are they bringing Ivy back if this is for real? Like, I don't know that it's for real. Nope. But that's out there in the stratosphere being talked about.
Yeah. The only way they could do it is either Paris, Steffi, Brooke, or one of her aunts, or just some one night stand of a character that we don't know. And I doubt that they do that because that really has no effect on the storyline.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that last fall when they had Thomas fantasizing, or was that? Yeah, that was Thomas fantasizing when Hope was in that green dress and they kissed or whatever. That was pretty hot. Those two, honestly, I think will be hot together. They just gotta stop making Thomas obsessed.
Yeah.
And
creepy. If you're gonna put them two together, let it be Hope's decision.
Yeah. I think there's chemistry there too.
Oh, absolutely.
I want it to happen, but then I don't want it to happen. I don't know.
I don't want it to happen. What I would like to see is Thomas get a new woman, and then Hope figures out that she's got some feelings in there for him, and it's a little jealousy thing in there.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get Thomas because Thomas is done obsessing over her.
I
I
mean,
would
even if they don't hire like a character on, they can get one of the models to like him and go on some dates with him.
exactly.
Yeah.
One of the models like, oh, hey Thomas, you free now? And he like, yeah, I'm interested. Let's go out to eat. Or they're, being real cozy or cuddly in the office, and Hope is like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would go for that storyline. I like that storyline.
Yeah, so it would be, but obviously with both Douglas and Steffi saying what they're saying this week, yeah,
You
they're
know,
gonna go down that road. It just they ain't saying that for no reason. They're trying to put
Boo.
it out there. Go ahead.
I was just booing it because I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think Liam liked it either. He was pissed.
he was.
Oh my God, when that girl came back and said, I'm doing what I want to do and you can't tell me nothing, he was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of proud of Hope for
Yeah,
it, but you see how quickly Liam was just like, you know what? She made her decision when she was talking to or he was talking to who's he talking to?
to Wyatt.
Wyatt. Yeah. Oh wait, no, never mind. He was talking about the first conversation they
Oh,
had
okay.
when he said they had a little bit of an argument, and then she agreed with him. But maybe it was he was talking to Hope. It was when after Hope told him that she was going to work with Thomas again, and they argued a little bit. But then he said something like, "This is your decision, or it's your company, or something like." He basically backed down.
He did.
So
Yeah.
he didn't, keep pressing her and make her feel bad for making the choice that she made.
Bree said, I think Liam would cheat on Hope with Brooke. That would make a huge push toward Thomas, pushing her into Thomas's arms. Mm-mm. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Man, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I did that. Not me.
And I mean, with regard to Brooke, well, she went on that date with Hollis.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going anywhere with Hollis. She said she wasn't anyway.
Mm-mm.
Ridge is back.
Yep.
Ridge and Bill are working together now.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
girl, listen. That's a whole story we got to
I
talk about
mean,
separate. Oh my God. Go ahead.
I just don't. I mean, all these people are so intertwined, and I don't know what to expect with all these relationships coming together. I mean, Brooke and Taylor are buddies now, and now Bill and Ridge are working together, and Sheila's still sleeping with Deacon, and like, I mean, what is happening?
Did he say what? Okay, J Money said, ladies, I've always wanted Thomas and Hope, but I'm tired of the show not making it happen. I have been pushing for Thomas to hook up with Bridget. Bridget.
Bridget.
Yeah, he said Bridget.
Huh?
I don't know about that one.
I hold
Interesting.
on. Let's think about the DNA path here. Hold on.
Well, I mean, there is none. I
There's
mean,
no
Yeah,
blood
they're not related.
because they're
no,
not blood related.
no.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. He and Hope aren't related either, but they're stepsisters.
Yeah, step,
But
step.
then she's his aunt and his step sister. Wait,
Oh, Lord.
I need an org chart.
I know, right? Trying to piece all this together. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think we'd be safe. I think we'd be safe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, Bridget is his aunt. Is his aunt? Mm.
But not blood.
But not. Yeah. Not blood
Yeah,
aunt.
just only because Ridge is not biologically Eric's.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that would be a little odd considering that Ridge or that Eric is her bio father, and
Ridge
I mean
is Eric's adoptive son. right?
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Ridge and Bridget kissed years ago when
I remember that.
she fell in the hole at the offside of the cabin.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
I remember
okay.
that.
Oh my goodness, that's
All
crazy.
these people been locking lips.
I
Yeah,
know,
because it's
right?
like he grew up thinking that Bridget was his bio aunt. So that would be odd to me. Like I don't care that they did find out some years ago that Bridge wasn't biologically heirs. If you have grown up from birth thinking that somebody was biologically related to you, I don't see how you could suddenly develop feelings.
Yeah, that's weird. Let
Um,
me ask you a
that's
question.
that one.
Because Keisha brought this up about her, because you say you was proud of Hope telling, choose. I guess you. So are you saying you were proud of Hope choosing the job over what Liam was saying?
Yeah, I'm glad that she stuck to her guns because if that's what she really wants to do,
Mm-hmm.
then and it's her business.
Yep.
This doesn't her. I don't know. I mean, I guess in a way, yes, it affects Liam because of the history there with Thomas and the things that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But it's her business, and if she is comfortable enough to give him another chance, then Liam should not stand in the way of that. So I was proud of her for standing up for what she wanted and not allowing Liam to talk her out of it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then. So should she have just been straight up from the beginning instead of just saying no, going to the office, saying yes, and then come back and saying no?
But I don't think she meant to. I don't think she was going to say yes.
Yeah, I don't either.
You
I
think?
think
Oh, so she was. You think she changed her mind at the last minute?
yeah,
Okay.
Taylor. I think Taylor was the one that convinced her. Like listening to Taylor and Brooke talk to her in that moment. And Taylor was saying, I wouldn't be supporting a decision to bring him back if I really didn't believe Thomas had changed.
Yep.
I think that is what changed her mind.
Gotcha. Okay. But other than that, she was gonna stick to her guns and say no.
Yeah, I think she would have.
Bree said Hope put her foot down. She's only done that a few times. When Liam cheated on her with Steffi and thought he got her pregnant, she tossed him out the cabin. You guys remember that?
That was such a good scene whenever she. I remember the look on Hope's face when they were in that fight, and she goes, "With Steffi!" I mean, she lost it. It was so good.
I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. She was screaming at Liam, and she just went off the venom. The venom that came out when she had that scene was so good. And that was really, Annika Noel came out in that scene. I mean, it was like this huge exit from a cocoon of some sorts where she had been holding back and holding back and holding back. And then she ripped apart. And it was so good.
Huh. I'll have to go. I mean, I remember, of course, the situation. I just don't remember. I don't remember the scene, how the scene went.
It's worth going to find. If I find it, I'll share it. But it's really good.
So let me ask you guys this: a lot of folks are thinking that Thomas has not, or is not, going to change. What do you think that they're going to take him down another redemption path, or what?
I don't know at this point because I mean we thought that they were doing it the last 2 or 3 times that Thomas was supposed to be redeemed, and then the writers just turn around and it's like they change their minds. I don't know if they get bored and they decide, oh, let's mess Thomas's life up again.
Right.
Let's mess up this character again. So it's like I don't know. For whatever reason, they can't stick to one way or the other. with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of think sometimes they maybe have like dice that have, a character's name on one dice, and then on the other dice it says like live, die, be happy, be sad, destroy career, destroy personal life, and they just roll the dice, and then whatever, it's Brooke, destroy love life. Um,
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
I
I don't
think
know.
they done damaged this character so bad that a lot of people won't believe it. They just don't. And
Oh, for
even
sure.
if they do, make him look like he's been redeemed, people have just seen him at his worst, that they'll still be like, "Oh yeah, I know, I just got to wait for the shoe to drop." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, can't see him anything.
Yeah. But I hate that it's like that with Thomas, but with Bill, it seems to people seem to just turn off the I hate Bill switch when
Yep.
he hasn't done anything in a couple months.
Yeah.
But for Thomas, for whatever reason, people don't give him that same grace.
No.
And I feel like it's going to take years. So like with Quinn, like Quinn was awful at one point. She was awful. And then for years they just, she just didn't really do anything that was harmful to any of the characters, and people began to like her. Because I remember I couldn't stand Quinn. I liked the character, like what she brought to the story because of the drama, but like I didn't like her because of the things that she did. But then after a while, she grew on me, and I started to like her. So I don't know if it's just one of those things where they're just gonna have to make the Thomas character take a back seat for a while and just be in the background minding his business and popping up here and there and doing something nice here and there, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's just they've got him as one of those characters to where people just don't want to give him a chance, and everybody hates him.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it could be that, or, something happens whereby he's the one that saves everybody, or, donates a body part like Adam did. I
But
don't know.
but you know what? Here's the
That ain't
thing.
work out for Adam either.
Exactly.
Oh, you're healed. Okay, we can hate you again.
Well,
Right.
well, here's the. Oh my God! Really?
What?
No. I just got a notification that a number one seed got upset by a 16 seed.
Who?
Purdue lost to Farley Dickinson, and it
Oh,
was.
wow.
Oh, I missed it. Oh.
No way.
I've been watching basketball since it started yesterday. Oh
I turned my
God.
little brackets in yesterday.
Oh my
Yesterday
goodness.
morning.
Oh, y'all, our governor
Uh-oh.
did not pick U of H to win.
Well, I gotta
I mean,
say,
does
it's up
anything
in.
else need to be said?
Listen,
I'm
it's
so
up in the. Listen,
appalled.
it's up in the air this particular tournament, because didn't they just lose their conference tournament? Yeah.
U of H
Yeah, didn't they just lose the conference tournament?
yesterday?
No,
They
the
won.
conference tournament.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, which was last week, because all of the conference tournaments was last weekend. And I remember having a conversation because one of my guy friends was telling me, "Oh, it's up in the air. It's up in the air." And sure enough, the next day, University of Houston lost.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, back to the soaps. But I just got that I hate I missed that game.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know it was coming on this evening. But anyway, I'll probably go back and watch the highlights. Anyway, but yeah, I think they have done, because remember the previous Thomases were not like this Thomas.
Right.
So just with Matt Atkinson coming on, and he brings that dark twisted energy in his character.
he's got that edge.
Exactly. So it really turned the Thomas character on his head, that everybody can't stand him. Not everybody, but a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Yep. So All right, y'all ready to move on?
Sure.
Okay, so
Yep.
we gotta talk about this whole thing with Sheila, Bill, and now Ridge. Okay, here's my thing with do let me just I'm gonna dive into that one. So last we remember back in November at the end of November sweeps, he was licking his wounds. The women didn't want him anymore, and he took off to do some reflection. At what
Mhm.
point did he team up with Bill and decide to work for the FBI?
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That part, even though I gotta say it was a shocker, I was in here screaming on Wednesday, and people thought I was nuts. What's wrong with you? Because I was like, oh my God, are you serious? We knew Bill had to be up to something, right? But when the dust settled, I was like, wait a minute, how did all that happen? Where's the backstory? you know,
Right.
Yeah.
what
I'm
y'all?
sure we'll get it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I was
Uh,
excited.
yeah. It definitely was. I definitely was not expecting it to be Ridge that he was
Mm-hmm.
plotting something with. I thought he was doing something on his own, because it was the only thing that made sense as to why he was acting the way he was acting and willing to put his relationships with his sons on the line. So after a while, I think people were getting the idea that he was up to something. Did not see it being partnering up with Ridge though.
Still had a
That was a
question.
shock to me.
It is a huge shock to me too. And I know other people have had this question too, and hopefully they will tell us. But why would you go to all this trouble when if you just would have stayed out of it, no one else ever would have known what Taylor did if in fact she did shoot you? Because I still have my questions on that one. But if
Yeah.
Stephanie and Finn would have testified and then other people would have testified, she would have already been in prison and stayed there.
You know what I
Girl,
think? I honestly,
that was exactly what I was thinking, Trish.
yeah,
Sorry, go
because
ahead.
this
And
could have been
then
over
you,
with.
yeah, then you get it. You're literally intimate with her.
Uh
Like
huh.
you're
Yep.
not just like you have done everything with her, and there's cameras. Like there's so many questions here. I've got so much
Yeah.
You know what I
going
think
on.
happened? So, and this is just me speculating on the backside of this thing. I think once the whole CPS storyline ended, everything fell off. It went in the toilet. Then they decided to throw Sheila and Bill together, and I mean, people was upset. This is crazy. What are you talking about? We knew Thorsten K was going to be gone for 3 months. So they like, how can we bring this dude back and bring a shock factor? I honestly think they threw this together within probably in the last 6 weeks. They had to because none of it makes sense. Why would you have this man sleep with this woman? Sleep. I mean,
They did not sleep.
well, you know what I mean. All right, cool. This is Friday. Listen, this is Friday. This is Friday night. So you had them two sexing each other on the floor in the fireplace, right? I mean,
Uh huh.
seriously. And then all of that was going on. The cameras are in the front room. Ridge obviously had to been watching along with the FBI. That none of that makes sense to me. So the
Well, and
only thing I could think of is that they threw this storyline together for a shock factor.
well, okay, so I'm shocked too because if she's been under surveillance this whole time, he knows darn good and well that she's gone to Deacons, and he knows darn good and well what would have happened over at Deacons.
Yep.
And then she comes
Mhm.
home, and it happened with them. Note, y'all, she did not change her dress.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Trish.
I mean, I'm mortified. Like I'm absolutely. There was no. There was no real thought given. Like really, really, that's how you're gonna lay it out there for us? Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just and like Jenna just said, another storyline with no backstory. I mean, I like
Is
the.
it
I
on
was
their
shocked.
backs?
I gotta say, I was shocked. I was excited. I like I just said. I'm like, oh my god, no, they didn't. And The fact that they brought Ridge looking like a renegade with his hair pulled back in a ponytail.
Yep.
I mean, he like a dude that's been on a
So Mission
mission.
Impossible.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, but okay. So here's my other question. They wanted, because right before Bill left to meet up with Ridge, right? He told Sheila to confess all her sins, and she was
Mm-hmm.
thinking. Now she's thinking about Deacon. She wasn't really. I mean, she did have a flashback about somebody getting thrown out of a window or something,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the bees.
and the bees or whatever.
And
But
his face, yeah.
what is she? She's been in jail several times. Did
Oh
she go?
yeah.
Did she go to jail for that stuff already?
No,
So this is new stuff or
I don't
stuff
think
that
it
was on.
ever was resolved. I think it was speculated, but I don't think it was ever resolved.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that part don't come out, cause they're looking at her like she's on the phone. We're gonna figure out what you doing. What are you gonna do when all you find out is that she been sleeping with Deacon? That's not a crime.
I don't think there's a statute of limitations for murder, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying the secret
Oh, if
that
that
they
doesn't come out, gotcha.
right
Okay.
because they're seeing her on the phone. She talking to Deacon. She ain't talking to no mastermind whatever. She talking to Deacon. What if he knows that we've been sleeping together? What did Bill and and Riz gonna think when they find out that that was that was Deacon, her sneaky link?
Yeah. So that was one of the things. One of the first things I thought about was, well, this is gonna mess up Deacon because they will definitely tell Brooke and Taylor and Hope and all them
Yeah.
that Deacon has been messing around with Sheila all this time.
Well, and then somebody else was speculating online that they think Deacon's in on it with them, and that Bill and Ridge are the one who gave him the money for the restaurant, so that he would help them get Sheila to admit. There's all this speculation going on. I cannot wait
Oh
to
my
see
goodness.
how this unfolds because I have no idea. There's some storylines where you can read it like a bad romance novel. You see it coming, you know exactly what they're going to say. You can say
Yeah.
it with them even though you hadn't seen the script. This is not that for me. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm here to see it.
Yeah, that would be interesting if Deacon is a part of this because that would redeem himself with Hope and
Yeah.
Brooke. But he's in his feelings right now. I don't know if he's a
That
part of
way.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude was pissed off that Wyatt and Liam was talking trash about Sheila. He
Yeah.
was like,
Right.
"Oh, I gotta remove myself from this conversation.
Yeah, he did.
Y'all talking about my boo thing? I can't stand that. Stop."
That's my girl.
Exactly, but that I'm telling you, that was the craziest thing ever. I knew he was coming back on the 15th. I just did not know how.
Yeah.
Wow, I was shocked. I think a lot of people was excited. I know
Yeah.
when I did the recap on that video on Wednesday, the comment section went bananas because they was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, this is so exciting! I knew Bill was not with Sheila." Blah blah blah. They had to do something because none of that made sense in January and December. It just didn't. I met him on the beach, and we talked for hours, and we built a connection. And he now you blackmail. But see, that's the other part why I said they threw this in. Why blackmail? If this is the FBI and all that, why blackmail Taylor? Why do that?
Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe the judge is being going to be exposed as well for being a bought and paid for judge. I mean, I don't know. I thought about that too, and I was like, what's the end game for this aside from getting Sheila for everything she's ever done?
I
This was
mean,
just
yeah, Jay Money said, why would Bill and Ridge even need to team up to put Sheila
yep,
away when Steffi and Finn and Lee had enough to put her away if Bill never protected her in the first place?
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, then,
Exactly.
and that just shows that this seems like an obvious last minute switch with the writers
Exactly.
because it's just the continuity just isn't there.
Exactly. They threw that in to like, how do we clean? Because they wrote themselves into a stupid corner. And they're like, how do we get this man out of this? His family hates him. He's ostracized. Katie can't stand him. How do we get them out of there? Okay, and then we got to bring Thorsten K back. Oh, this is how we can do it. Let's just throw these two together.
Yeah.
Now they're all going to be best friends.
Yeah, this girl.
Kumbaya.
You say kumbaya?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, Brooke and Taylor is one thing. I don't think I can picture Ridge and Bill being best friends.
I mean, Bill threw him out of a freaking helicopter. I mean, come
Right.
on.
You can't really come back fully from
I,
that.
I
I
mean,
mean, thanks for getting us on your jet to get Finn with Steffi, but you still threw me out of a helicopter.
now V Carter says part of me hopes that Sheila outsmarts everybody.
Oh no, no! Off the cliff. It's time to
I mean,
go.
but honestly, you got to keep somebody around because if you're going to clean up Thomas, we have no villain.
Yeah, they need a bad guy.
They need a
Ugh.
bad guy. You have anytime you got drama, you got to have contrast. And so, unless Bill is working with Ridge, okay, so we got to have a villain, and you got to keep Sheila around somehow.
Yep.
You
Y'all are
know,
killing me.
I mean, unless they turn Finn into something, but I doubt it.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh no.
Yeah,
They
Finn.
need to leave Finn
I
alone.
mean, all right, okay, keep Kimberlyn Brown, but make her have a long lost twin that comes and takes out the real Sheila, and then Sheila's dead, and Stacy appears.
You
And
know,
then we can still have Kimberlyn Brown, but just not Sheila. And maybe she's devious, but she's not evil.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if they want longevity with her character, they need to switch her from the evil acts that she's done, like trying to kill people, and just have her do random devious stuff like Trish did, like Quinn was at one point, where she would just do little stupid things to make people mad, but it wasn't anything harmful per se.
Yeah, not like when she shoved Deacon off the cliff into the waves.
Right.
I do have to say, I was shocked when it first happened, but I did laugh.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
Well, his face, he is so good.
Oh boy. Okay.
Somebody said, "What if they?" Oh, dang! I just lost it. I can't find the comment, but somebody in here said, "What if they bring Finn's dad back to?"
Yeah, it's right there. That's Bree.
It's Bree. Yeah, to help Sheila. That would be interesting. I mean, if they brought his dad back into the picture, since they had their little prior relationship, that could be some drama right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe she's
that
not
they could
talking
work
to
with
him right now. Maybe she's talking to Jack.
Yeah. That's
or
possible.
did she say his name on that call?
No, she was. I thought she was talking to Deacon.
She was. I thought they showed Deacon on the phone.
Right.
I could be wrong.
They did. Okay. All right. I don't remember you guys.
I just wish that they would bring someone like Jay Money says. Sheila got other kids. I wanted to. I wanted when Heather. What's that girl came over there? On the Young and the Restless. Daniel's daughter. Lucy. I was hoping they would tie that into it or bring Daisy back or something. That would be really interesting, or she show up over at the hospital and talk to Finn and say, "Hey, I'm your sister." And you're like, "What do you mean you're my sister? Sheila Carter is my mom."
Yeah.
That would
Daisy
be
would be a
interesting.
good addition because she's just as off as Sheila is.
Yeah, she was her brother. She was worse than her brother, or was her brother worse than her?
Well,
she was worse than her brother.
Yeah, because she did something to her brother, didn't she?
Well, Daisy was manipulative, and Ryder was the gopher.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
So when Daisy wanted something done, Ryder would just go and get it done.
Yeah, and I think he ended up in the end working against them. Mm-hmm. But I think didn't he get shot or something? Didn't something happen to him?
Gosh, I don't remember.
Something happened. They both were on The Young and the Restless. That was like, what, maybe 7, 8 years ago or something like that?
I feel like it was longer than that.
Might have been longer than that. Yeah, they both. Oh wait a minute. Sheila has two children, Daisy and Ray, who are crazy, and she have kidnapped and raped. Okay, gotcha.
Ryder, I don't think Ryder was crazy. I think he just wanted to please his sister and his mom, yeah. But he was the one out of the group that was actually um, rational, and he actually turned to the good side at the last minute.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, cause he turned on Daisy, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ryder came and grabbed Daisy, and they're on the run. Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think he wanted her to go to jail, but
yeah, okay.
He also wasn't trying to kill people either.
Right.
But he still wanted to protect her.
Yeah, I honestly think that that's where they can really become creative instead of throwing crap together. Is bring the same girl. Now I know Daisy, the girl that plays Daisy, she does a lot of crazy Lifetime movies. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. So she might not be available, but if they did recast somebody with the same type of persona,
yeah,
that would be good. That would be really good. Yeah, Daisy
the
was.
guy that plays Ryder has been on several successful TV shows too.
Mm-hmm. So
sort of a little heartthrob there for a moment.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Bree said the writers should do a crossover with Chelsea, go over to B&B to be with Thomas as fashion designers. I don't know about that one. I wouldn't mind having Adam come over there to get with Steffi. That would be interesting.
Well, that leaves Finn out in the cold.
I know. I like Finn and Steffi.
Then maybe he can go be with Nice Summer. Y'all got quiet.
I'm thinking.
I mean, the new Summer
no, that'd be boring though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, maybe with Hunter King's Summer.
No.
I think this summer's too tame for him.
I guess. I don't know. That would be weird. Okay. Did we cover everything with this situation?
I think so.
Got anything else, Keish?
I don't believe I do.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Mamie will be back next week for
I saw that.
For the bicentennial event. And Ray, the guy that plays Ray, what's his name? Jordy Villasuso. Mm-hmm. He's coming back to play Ray's twin brother.
Stop it.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what?
Is that for real?
Yeah. That's what I heard.
So is this a long lost twin that they didn't know about?
Supposedly. I'm like, really?
So Sharon's daughters had a twin, and now the last man she was in love with was a twin who was separated. Because
you have got to be kidding me.
It's a small world.
This is why I hate when they kill off characters.
Yep.
For people that are leaving the show, because they bring them back with these stupid, ridiculous storylines. The same thing they did with Amanda or Hillary.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have got to be kidding me with this.
So, okay, he wouldn't have been in an ashram or in a cult. So where does our speculation of where he was?
Hold on.
Raised in Silicon Valley by some rich tech family?
Mm-hmm. Well, who knows, girl?
Amaya says Jordy is not coming back.
Sorry.
Jordy.
Yes, he is.
Sure.
I'm on soaps.com. Yep.
Okay.
It says it right here. It's teasing a comeback.
And they're for sure it's not him coming back as Ray, who had gone undercover or something to work with.
Listen, they shouldn't have They shouldn't have cut that entire family off in the first place.
I know.
I agree.
I know.
I mean,
even Mia, as annoying as Mia was, she was still good for the show.
She was fire.
They should have kept Mia. Mia kept everybody on their toes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
They should, and I mean, they had Arturo, they had Ray, and they had Mia, and then they had Lola.
Yep.
And I mean, why not? They tried to hold on to Lola and Ray for a while, and then Lola went. Well, the girl that plays Lola, she went off to do the Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Supergirl, and then, well, kudos to people that find bigger projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Good for
Um,
them.
which left
Elena's.
Ray by himself,
Right.
and then
I wish
y'all,
they would have recasted Lola.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they should have done. That's what they should have done. Jenna said that she heard that Phyllis is leaving the show. Have you any of you heard that?
No.
I
No.
haven't heard that one.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah,
Yeah, with the way they
RJ
have
is.
her going right now.
Yeah, RJ will be back too.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's it. It was a lot of stuff. I'm like,
First,
dang, I thought February was last month. Usually all of the good stuff happened in the sweeps month. They should have did this whole thing with Bill and Ridge and all that in February for the sweeps. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our flip the script. So, for those who are unaware, flip the script is if there's a particular storyline or a scene that you wish you could change, that's where we flip the script. So, who's going first?
I'll defer to
Um,
Keisha.
okay. Um, my Y and R flip is I really, really, really wanted Phyllis to be playing Jeremy. So I wish that how she was telling everybody she sent Jeremy to Paris. I wish that that truly would have happened.
Okay. And what you got, Trey?
For Y&R, I wish Nick would have told Nate to tell Victoria that he said hi. I really do. I think that would have been
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah, you did say that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that one.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, I would say my flip the script is when Victor came over there. He was looking crazy. I would have had Devon say, "Well, that's what you get for just showing up in my house and barging in. I didn't tell you to push your way into my into my penthouse. You pushed your way in here, and so that's what you get." I mean, he excused himself out the door, but next time, and I would have said, "Hey, Victor, by the way, next time call phone first."
Right?
All right, what you got for bold?
Excuse me. My bold flip is Steffi never mentioning anything about Hope, thinking Hope has a crush on Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want that out in the air. Like, just I wish we could reverse that scene and that was just completely taken out. What about you, Trish?
Honestly, I don't know if anybody's going to like this, but I wish Hope would have said no, and I wish they would have cut her line, and I wish they would have had Thomas do some other something amazing, maybe bring back the
Ooh.
men's line or do
Yeah.
different version
I like
of the
that.
line, and left Hope floundering, and that Douglas would not have moved back because I I would have thought that would have made for some exceptional drama.
I
I
like
agree
that.
with you on that because we were dragged for a whole week of him begging.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you know what your line goes. Peace out.
Yeah. I mean, can you
Yeah, that's a
imagine the
good one.
devastation, the trickling devastation, and the drama that would hit every relationship? Logan Forrester, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Spencer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know what they would have done? They would have blamed Thomas.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
They would have found a way to blame it all on him,
you know it.
Yep.
even though none of them wanted him working with her.
Yep. All right. My flip would have been Sheila saying, "You know what? You really want to know what I'm harboring the secret? I just had hot sex with Deacon."
Ah!
Bill would have been like, "What? That's it?"
You're so funny, Sheila.
Cause I'm looking at this picture on my screen of her, and the way she looking is like, yeah, I got something to tell you. All right, you know what? Yeah, you want me to confess something? Yeah, here you go. I just had hot sex with Deacon Sharp, and it was better than you. No, I'm
Oh
just
no,
kidding.
yeah. Oh, and Deacon knows because I told him.
Exactly.
When you're with a billionaire, don't you sign like some kind of confidentiality agreement that you won't talk about anything?
I guess, girl. Yeah, that would have been my flip. That would have been, girl. I would have been rolling. That would have been hilarious. There's a bunch of flips in the comments too.
Oh, what do we got?
Okay, so okay, first of all, J Money says, what do we think about Adam having an affair with Chloe since there's been so much hatred and animosity between the two of them?
Wait.
A couple years ago, I actually wanted that to happen.
Yeah, but the girl put a bullet in him. So,
Yes, she did. But he almost blew up a whole building with his entire family in it. So,
yeah, but they're not sleeping with each other. I mean, she not only put a bullet in him, she blew him up in a cabin too.
he
So I
did.
don't know. I don't
He
know.
did.
J Money. Okay, V Carter says the ultimate flip the script. Jeremy and Phyllis falling in love, enemies to lovers.
I really wish he sticks around.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want him to stick around too.
yeah, he's funny.
They have
Um.
good scenes.
Okay, and then Bree says Audra blackmails Victoria for Nate's job. Ooh. Okay.
What was
Yeah,
she used to
because
blackmail her though?
huh? Yeah,
What was
who
she
was
used to blackmail her with?
the whole thing with Nate because that is a conflict of interest, but her daddy owns the company, so I
Man,
don't
that
know
ain't gonna
how
hurt Victoria. It's gonna hurt Nate
exactly
if anything.
it's gonna hurt.
Right.
So
Right.
she could blackmail Nate into quitting his job so she can go for it because Nate doesn't want, of course, Elena to know what's going on there.
Somebody said. Ron said, "What do we think about the writers giving Sheila a baby storyline?"
Oh, no, no, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no.
Like
no,
her
no.
being pregnant.
Yeah, no. But Aditya said that would be something if Sheila gets pregnant with Bill's baby. Mm-hmm.
What would be really great is if an alien spaceship came up out of the Pacific Ocean and picked Sheila up and took her away.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me see. Uh, Jenna wished that Thomas not come back and just told Steffi he was gonna start his own fashion line. Yeah, we were talking about that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then Editha said, "What if Sheila got pregnant by Deacon and tried to make the baby appear to belong to Bill so she won't stay in prison?" Oh my!
Isn't she older than me? I'm 56. Isn't
She's
she older?
yeah. Kimberly
She's
Brown
like,
is 59.
yeah, that's not, no. I mean, I know it has happened. It's been in the news that it has happened, but that's like a one in a gazillion.
Yeah, it's an outlier.
Yeah,
And I,
Um,
I don't
and they're
want,
not accidents
right.
usually.
yeah.
No.
Or by this one woman actually had her daughter's baby by artificial IVF. She
Yeah,
carried her daughter's baby to term.
Wow.
yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually, if it happens at that age, it's planned. Like you're purposely doing
For
it.
sure.
And
She was.
your watch, you're high risk, you're off your feet. Yeah, because
Yeah.
um okay, let's see. Jenna don't agree. Something between them. Annika. Somebody said for anyone saying J Money said for anyone saying Annika Noel and Matt Atkinson has no chemistry, watch the kiss Thomas imagine in the green dress. Yes. That
It was fun.
scene was fire.
It
It
was.
was. V Carter said that's sexual harassment by your superior. Yeah, Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Devon should said Vic call and knock. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a dark. Kimberly Brown is also at the 50th for the YNR. Oh yeah, there's some big bash that's going on too. For YNR because it's their 50 years this month. So okay. So who we got taking seats? But Young and the Restless first. Who's taking a seat?
Ooh. Okay, so on Y&R, I mean, I'll just say Abby because staircase scene.
Uh, okay.
Who
That's
do you
it?
have for Y&R, Keisha?
Oh,
Yeah, for me this week it is.
okay.
It was a short week.
Okay, cool.
I've got Phyllis
Mm-hmm.
because of all of her ridiculousness that she's been doing. Victoria because of the way that she's shamelessly throwing herself at Nate. Um, and Victor
Mm-hmm.
just because he thinks that he can puff out his chest and say, I want to buy this and you're going to give it to me. And that's not how things work in life, Victor.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
all I got.
Okay. Um, on my who's taking the seat? Nick needs to go sit down somewhere, and Victoria, cause you just throwing it. You just throwing it, girl. You just giving it away like it's on clearance. And then who else? I gotta say Nate too, because you know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on, and you telling Elena ain't nothing going on. What are you talking about? And then he got defensive about it too,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you lying, boy. And then Phyllis, cause she's been lying to her daughter for months. Okay, what you got for bold?
For bold, I think um, I think Steffi. I think
Wait a minute, hold on, slow your roll. Steffi taking a seat for what? I'm
well
just
for bringing
curious.
up the whole
Hope
Hope thing
thing.
and Thomas thing.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha.
that was uncool.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
I think of course Sheila just needs to take a seat.
Mhm.
Um, mm, I guess I'm good.
Okay. You went already, right, Keish?
Not for
Not for bold.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, so mine is Trish took mine,
oh
Steffi,
Mhm.
because of that ridiculous statement she made. And I'm going to also say the writers because of like we were saying, it feels like they threw together this idea of Bill and Ridge working together to take Sheila down, which is ridiculous.
yeah.
The way they came about this.
Um,
That's it.
I agree with the writers part of it, most definitely. I gotta say Liam, because he's been whining and crying and all this other kind of stuff. He get on my nerves.
Mm.
Um, and then like I said, the writers, none of this. It's just y'all just threw this in at the last minute, probably in the last 6 weeks, because they do film like 6, 7 weeks in advance. Okay, there's a bunch of seats in the comments too. Ron Julian says Nate needs to go take a seat alongside Josh Griffin. Bree said Victoria and Sally leave Victoria in the ocean, but even that wouldn't be enough.
Out the
Sally,
ocean.
yeah, that's what she said, in the ocean. Sally said Sally needs.
He
Wait.
doesn't even get a buoy or a lifeboat or nothing.
Oh my gosh. She also says Sally needs to get off of Nick's lap and go sit up behind in a therapist's office and sort her life out. Jenna says Victor, Victoria, and Audra. Lakita Boosie says Thomas. Ron Julian also want Wyatt and Liam, and also Hope need to take a seat alongside Brad Bell. Bree said B and B take a seat. Bill, he played this Sheila so stupid. Sheila was already in jail and got her out for no reason other than to throw her back in. Yeah, that's just a stupid storyline.
Yes.
V Carter says Adam needs to take a seat to Tucker. Um, Jenna says the writers of the show should take a seat. Aditha says I like this summer. She's classier. That's true. Ray was a good character. Jay Money said Bold and Beautiful writers definitely need to take a seat, and Nick needs to take a seat on Y and R. And how is Sheila?
Wait, somebody putting Douglas in a seat.
Oh,
Not the
sure
baby.
did. Somebody
Douglas didn't do nothing wrong.
look, Lakita, what? Why you putting Douglas in a seat? We're just curious. I
There's
want to.
some people out there that think Douglas is very manipulative.
Yeah, that's what I was asking last week. I said, do y'all think Douglas is manipulative? Because he was sitting up and saying, it'd be nice if my parents could get back together. Mm-hmm.
That was good.
He didn't have nothing to do with it this time, though.
Mm-mm-mm. Somebody, Aditya says, why don't they put Thomas with one of Sheila's daughters? Could you imagine Thomas and Daisy?
No.
Ooh, that would be
Absolutely
toxic.
not. Mm-hmm.
That would be.
That'd be crazy.
Yes. That would be extremely tough. Also, before you leave, another way to tell bold writers scramble the storyline. How do you explain using the shady judge and Bill paying him off? Yeah, but that's a good point. Why would you pay him off if this is all a scam?
Maybe he's in on it.
Girl, they
It makes no sense.
they threw this mess in somewhere in February because they realized that storyline was trash. The ratings had dropped big time.
They pulled out the dice.
And they like, what can we do? We got to bring Thorsten K back into this. He's coming off of his little hiatus. Oh yeah, let's put them two together. If we put Brooke and Taylor together, we should be able to put Ridge and Bill together. And what life? Because see, here's the other thing. Remember when those two were fighting with each other over, well, before Ridge left, and Bill was trying to get with Brooke. She was saying no. He was out, and none of that makes sense. But hey, it's a soap opera. I guess it's not supposed to, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And then how are they gonna bring RJ into this? Not into the storyline, but on back on set. Is he just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm back from school"? What is his piece to this gonna be? What is his storyline?
I think he's absolutely going to be there to try to get his parents back together,
Uh-huh.
and I could see them putting him at odds with Thomas.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Taylor's son against Brooke's son.
Yep, I could totally see that happening.
Oh God. So they're gonna give us a break from Hope and Steffi going at each other. So you're gonna put the other two against each other.
Two brothers, yeah, and they're actually brothers. Like they have the same father.
Yeah, that is true.
Hope and Steffi were just step, not just because people are close with their
Right. I got you.
siblings.
Right.
But you know what I mean. These in this case, they are the stereotypical where they don't get along
Mm-hmm.
step siblings.
Exactly. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting to see how they bring RJ into this. Like you said, that could be a good point. Maybe they're gonna pit those two against each other.
Yeah, I just have a feeling because this Thomas is gonna or Thomas, this RJ is gonna be older. He's not gonna be a kid. Because isn't he? I think somebody said he's 24, the actor.
Right.
I guess that doesn't mean they can't make him play a team, but I feel like he's been gone long enough to where he should have graduated from high school by now.
Yeah, he's been going a while.
Yeah, so he should be in his early.
I mean,
early
there's
20s.
no girls except well, unless he get with Paris. But
Yeah.
I mean, the only other storyline would be family conflict.
Yep.
I mean, he ain't coming unless he bringing a little girlfriend back. Cause the last time he was on the show, he was dating Coco,
Right.
Yeah.
which is
And
Sally
did they
Spectrum.
leave together, or did they leave and they were already broken up?
I don't
They
know.
had. I'm almost certain they had broken up because I think Sally did something to where she used Coco
Mm-hmm.
to get some Forrester secret.
That
The camera
necklace.
and that charm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I think after that happened, I want to say Coco was the one that broke up with him because she felt so bad about what happened, and then
That's right. Okay.
she left.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? Yeah, somebody said Jay Money said poor Zenday. That dude, he can't design.
Can't
He
wait.
ain't got no girlfriend.
Well, so when they were, I guess, criticizing the Hope for the Future line, Steffi did say Zende is a couture designer. He's not. He doesn't design the type of styling that Hope for the Future needs. So they didn't completely down his designing. He's basically just he's a high fashion designer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of threw him a bone there.
You know what? Mary Hilborn says that I wish Billy wouldn't be bother Chelsea so much. I'm one. We didn't get a lot of that. We didn't get any Billy and Chelsea this week, did we?
Not this week. Mm-mm.
No.
You know
But
what?
he's just as annoying as Nick is with Sally.
He sure is.
In my opinion.
Yep.
I'm not feeling the whole Daniel and Lily thing. I don't know.
Oh, I am. I'm waiting for that.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I done told y'all Daniel and Lily that's one of my favorite couples.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll let y'all have that one.
Maybe you'll buy into it at some point.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I just think they outgrew each other to me. Because all that's going to be is another situation where Daniel's dating his boss. Just like what we saying about Victoria and Nate. Now, granted, Nate and Victoria never dated before, but you know, Daniel is working for Lily. That's her boss. That's his boss. So I don't know how that's gonna flow.
I feel like their dynamic is different, where they already have an established um, respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And an established history
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't a bad history. So and Lily isn't a control freak. Like even with Billy, I don't think she tried to assert her power over him.
Mm-mm.
I think she can balance a work and personal relationship, whereas Victoria, she cannot do that. She's going to assert her power at work and in the relationship because of her position at work.
Yeah, I agree. And because of what she went through with Ashland. She's not ever going to give her power to anybody ever again.
Yeah.
Jay Money says Daniel and Lily feel forced. Bree said Daniel and Lily
Really?
boo.
Oh, come on, y'all.
What else? I don't feel we. Oh, Jenna says I don't think we know enough about Daniel yet.
They've been pretty garbage.
I don't know. What do we need to know though? Like, what else is there to like? What do we need to find out?
I kind of want to know more about what happened.
Yeah, because remember we was saying there was really no backstory to him. He just came back and he was acting weird and all this kind of, and then it come out, there was some issues between him and Heather. But Eyes Only says with Daniel and Lily, them two seem like Katie and Wyatt and something. The relationship never felt done. I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to see if they sell it like they're trying to sell Devon and Abby or Nate and Victoria, because those are two relationships that they are definitely trying to sell. Um, maybe I can see. Oh yeah, Amanda, Michelle Morgan will be back next week too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's going to be at the bicentennial, so she's going to be there, and she's going to be dealing with this whole court case thing too. So, yep. So Michelle Morgan will be back next week as well. I'm trying to think if I missed anything else. I think that's it. Yeah. See, there's folks talking about Daniel is still a mystery. We don't know what he's been up to.
Mm-mm.
I guess the way I feel like the writers were trying to present it to where they weren't giving a bunch of specific details about why his marriage and his relationship with his daughter fell apart, but we know that it's because he was basically a jerk to them because his career failed. So
Mm-hmm.
then, I don't know, he resented his wife because she was successful and he was not. So he turned into a meanie, basically.
Oh, a meanie.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what else they could have presented there other than saying specifically, you were drinking, and when you were drunk, you were mean, or you were drinking too much, or, the um, he was hurting them or something like that. And I'm guessing
Mm-hmm.
that the writers didn't want to go too deep into what specifically he did to ruin that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that his, I don't know, his behavior towards them was hostile, in a way that Heather felt like she had to leave because they couldn't be together anymore because, you know, he was he was a jerk basically.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so Michelle Morgan, they said, well, she will attend the splashy gala celebrating Genoa City's bicentennial, and she'll be there for legal counsel. So, are they actually going to still go through the whole court thing?
I guess that depends on what, excuse me, what Victor and Jill talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So Amanda, Danny, Leanna, Mamie, and Nina will be there at this bicentennial. Who is Leanna?
Leanna Love, she's the one that wrote the book about Victor Newman years ago.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so those are the folks. There's and then wait a minute, let me see. It's supposed to stretch over a period of the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
The
This whole
50th
50th,
anniversary
yeah,
thing.
which includes this bicentennial gala.
Oh, because it wasn't supposed to be like the 200th anniversary of their town or something like that.
50 years. So I guess that I guess, girl. He's Josh Griffin said you won't be expecting any of it. Said you won't be expecting any of the twists that are going to happen over the course of the event, but all of the stories won't be played out. With all of the turning points coming up, it feels like there's only the end of Act Two. So is this something that's? Mm, there's going to be a night that includes romance, intrigue, and danger, as well as a moving tribute to a very important citizen. Okay, all right.
Mm.
So what that tells me, Keisha, is you need to be prepared for a lot of flashbacks.
Uh,
I know that's not right up your.
okay.
At least they'll still keep the stories going forward.
Yeah, because it even
Yeah.
says it. It says the Genoa City's past will still be in the great interest of new viewers. They'll get glimpses as we build toward it and we do the flashbacks in certain episodes.
Ugh. I guess I can prepare myself for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Over
You're
to
not happy
Bree.
about that. Because I know how you feel about flashbacks.
So boring.
I know, right? I'm trying to think anything else coming up. Oh, Devon is going to try to get forgiveness from Amanda, which I don't think that's going to happen.
How's that going to come to fruition?
Yeah, that's a good question. And let me see, anything else exciting? Um, oh Lord. It says the energy in the air is electric as Hope and Thomas designed together.
I
Oh
saw
gosh. No.
that. Look out.
Why?
Well, there you go, Keish.
Your dreams from a year and a half ago are finally coming true.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Steven will be back too. I forgot about that. Brooke's dad.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're gonna be on. And let's see. Lily and the. Oh, okay. Well, and then of course. Okay, so that's pretty much only exciting pieces that I see that's gonna. But yeah, the energy and the air is electric. Well, you know what that means.
Yep,
Electric.
she's gonna be looking at him in the eye, and then her eyes are gonna go to his lips, and then she's gonna look him in the eye, and then they're gonna cut away.
Listen, just give. They better if they're gonna do that. The scene better be hot as the one I saw in the green dress back in November, or hotter.
Hotter.
Don't give me no Adam and
No,
Sally
no,
dry serial
mm-mm,
romance
no.
Or another daydream.
or another
Right.
daydream. Exactly. If you gonna go there, let's go there.
You dive in, man.
Well, wait a minute.
Head
Oh.
first.
Who's the boss in that situation, or do they work for two different departments?
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
either one of them is each other's boss. I feel like
They collaborate.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess if anything, it's her line.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
he owns 5% of the company,
Yeah.
so
That's true.
he gets profits even if he doesn't work there.
Yeah.
Mm. Interesting. Okay. Well, we got some good stuff coming up. Some interesting stuff to say the least. I'm interested in that whole. I'm sorry. I want to see the Hope thing, the Hope and Thomas thing.
I
But
do. I mean, I really do. I've gone back and forth, but it's time. Like it needs to.
I
It
think.
just feels like he just wore her down.
But hey,
Like it just.
listen. Keisha Jenna must agree with you. She said, "Do y'all really want them to go there? I mean, really?"
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly, Jenna.
I
Ye-
think I do. I
Ah,
think I
yeah.
do because it can crack so much apart and cause so many other subplots and sub stories that
Mhm.
it could really have a cascade into some great drama. So I really would like to see it. I mean, we're talking about potential custody fights. We're talking about, um, the parental figure fights. It's a whole thing.
Hey, listen. Well, what if she popped pregnant? Hope.
Yep.
Because
That
if
would be
she,
interesting.
that would be interesting. Because here's the thing: if they sneak up and do what Deacon and Sheila is doing, you know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
mean, we'll have another "Who's the Baby" storyline because obviously she's sleeping with her husband.
Yeah.
So I mean, because Liam has been in what a couple of baby daddy storylines. First with Kelly and with Hayes.
They
So
definitely need to do something to spice up the Hope character
Yep.
because she has literally never like gotten herself into any drama.
Just the pills.
The pills have been the only thing for real. Like I'd like to see them have her mess up just one
Big,
time
big time.
because I mean it happens to all the characters. Even Sharon. Sharon is like a sweet, goody two shoes type of character, and she's messed up plenty of times.
Plenty.
mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be crazy if she popped pregnant and Liam will lose his you know what
Yeah, he will.
if he find out that his wife is pregnant with his arch nemesis.
Yeah,
That would
that
be,
would be.
girl, that would be a one heck of a storyline.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to wait and see, but look like they are gonna go there with the electricity in the air. So
Right.
all right, you guys, we had a good one. I had a ball. We
That's
got deep.
good.
We had all. We have comedy. We had some deep conversations. We had it all. That's what I'm saying. I like Friday nights. It's relaxed. It's chilled. Everybody is just talking, and we're having a good time. We almost had like 70 people in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
have
been
to
pretty
check
busy. I appreciate you guys. And listen, make sure you subscribe to the channel on the YouTube side. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you are enjoying the content because we enjoy bringing it to you guys every week. So, and then stay
Yep.
tuned for the spoilers. It's coming out next week. I think there may be one preemption next week, and it might be Friday. I know
Okay.
there's still some more preemptions coming up because the NC2A lasts all the way up to like the first week of April. But as we get further down the brackets, it only on the weekend. So I think we maybe got another week or so of preemptions. So I think next week we only have 4 days. I have to see, do some research.
J Money said he wants to get on a panel one day.
Oh, okay, no problem. I
Fun.
usually have. I know Jenna has been up here, Duran, Bree, Nana, and so yeah, when we have the opportunity to jump in, I will most definitely add you to that, J Money. I know you got a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
He's been talking some serious content in the chat. All right, you guys. So stay tuned for the spoilers for the week of March 20th through the 24th. Oh my God, I can't believe this time is flying.
I know.
It's crazy.
Spring is almost here. Y'all,
Yes.
I was deploying around this time last year,
Yes,
a
you
year ago.
were. You were getting ready to
Yeah,
leave.
Yep,
It's been a year already.
it's flown by.
it has.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy, 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 crazy. All right, you guys. Other than that, you got anything else, Keish, Trish?
No,
No.
Have a
ma'am.
great weekend.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
too, and all of you do as well. And we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.